Hey, if you're watching this video, then you clicked on it because you're concerned about your posture. We created this video because this is maybe one of the top issues that I get asked about from patients. They're always like, I'm concerned, my mom or grandma or someone in my family has terrible posture, or I have a neighbor and I don't want to do that. So, they worry about becoming kind of that hunched forward person and they don't want to do that. And so I get asked this a lot. So what we've done is we put together some really good exercises following our same structure in mobilize, stabilize, stretch. So we're going to go through all of those right now. Just remember, rule number one, no pain. Everything needs to feel pretty good. I mean, like a little muscle burn is okay. There needs to be no sharpness, no stabbing. It needs to be a comfortable exercises. And then also remember that if you want to get changes, you've got to be regular. It's something that you want to do for a long time, every day, 5 days a week for months, maybe even your entire life. Most of these exercises can be performed really easy. We try to have little or no equipment. There's a little equipment in this one if you want to do some tubing, but you don't even need the equipment. You can just mimic the same movements and it's going to be good. Also remember that high chested posture, when your chest is up, your SI, your pelvis is locked into place, you're fast, you're powerful, you're strong. When you drop forward, you're weak and slow and can get injured. So here we go with some of our exercises. I'm just going to flip to my first one. Now the first one I typically would do on an aerobic ball, but I'm showing it today, as you see in the video, I'm showing it on your bed. And you can really do this on any bed unless it's super low. What you want to do again is I'm showing the corner of your bed right into kind of underneath your shoulders so that you can arch back. And this is just, again, we're going through our mobilization. So our very first one. And we're just going to go through 10 mobilizations. You start out, again, making sure that there's no pain. And you can slowly start to increase this. Now this one may limit some people if you can't get down in that hunched position like bending your knees, but for most people this should be really good. Again, if you have like an aerobic ball or really anything that you can comfortably lean back on. A lot of people also use this one with a foam roller, but I find that for many of my patients a foam roller is a little aggressive. So there we go with the first round. We're going to go through 10 of those, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to go through all of these and then rotate to the next. So we're going to rotate to the next exercise. We're going to go into our wall angels. So find a wall that's nice and flat. And basically what, as you see, I'm trying to say, you're touching your elbows and your wrist. You're trying to keep as much of like your butt and your shoulders and your head. Try and get as many body parts against the wall as you can. And you're just going to mobilize. Now this one, as you can tell, I'm actually struggling. Shoulder mobility is hard in a lot of people, especially guys, but really many people struggle with this. I'm going through 10 rounds of just up and down mobilization. Super easy, or at least it looks easy. This one kind of burns for me. Just again, make sure that there's a little bit of muscle burn is okay, but no sharpness, okay? That's our mobilization. We're going to go on to our stabilize. With stabilize, you want to be thinking we want good, strong muscles, okay? So now we're going to go into our tubing exercises. Again, I'll remind you, I'm just using a small piece of tubing. This one is, I think, the strongest. Black is usually pretty strong. We're going to go through scapular retractions, okay? Now again, if you don't have tubing, you can do these same movements without any resistance. Notice I'm turning because what I'm showing is with all of these, remember we're posture. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. You want to be thinking high chested, chest forward, shoulders back. Pretend like you've got a pop can. We're going to go through 10 of these where you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. Now we're going to wrap it around. I've got a bar in my workout room. You can wrap it around a doorknob, anything that's going to be stable. And we're going to go through just, again, shoulder rows. We call these rows, but we're going to do little pumps. So in this, again, notice it looks like I'm using my arms. Don't think arms. Think scapula. Think squeeze shoulder blades together. Now we're going to go back because we're going to do 3 rounds of these. We're going to do 10 scapular retractions by pulling the tubing apart. Again, focus on chest forward, shoulders back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. See, I'm turning around showing that you want to squeeze the shoulder blades. You can go through a full range of motion, but even if you just wanted to go to end range of motion and pump, 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 I like that. I talk to patients a lot. Small movements fire smaller muscles, especially when you're at the end range of motion. Now we've done our second round of 10 of those scapular retractions. We're going to go to 10 with the rows again. So here we go. You want to find a resistance that feels good. Notice these small movements. Pump, 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 pump. You want to be thinking squeeze, squeeze, squeeze the shoulder blades together. See how fast that went? Small little pumps. Now we're going to go to our third round of scapular retractions. Notice again the resistance matters, so you want to make sure these are firing against small muscles. Don't think that you've got to have, a huge resistance here. Light resistance is fine. We're doing rehab. This should be an effort of like a 1 or a 2 out of 10, maybe a 3 or a 4 depending on where you're at, but we don't want to go any higher than maybe a 3 or a 4. Now we're going to go to our last round of rows. Again, these are quick, small pulses, small movements. And again, you can do these without any resistance. I like using resistance, even if it's small, but you can do just the same movements without any resistance and you're going to get a good result. There we're done with our stabilization. Now we're going to go into our last one of our mobilize, stabilize, stretch. This one's one of my favorites, especially for posture. We're going to go into a chest stretch. So notice I'm saying you want a doorway. If the doorway is really wide, be careful. Now notice in this first one, I've got my hands there and your hands are against the doorway. You're leaning forward, really pushing into a good posture. I'm tipping back and forth. You can kind of focus. You don't have to tip back and forth, but you want to lean forward, chest up, really stretching the pecs, the chest muscles, and leaning that posture. Then notice I'm saying now I'm going to do it with my whole arm. So we went from hands, it's a different feel. Then you go into the forearms, it'll open up the chest a little bit more. You'll get down into kind of the serratus anterior. You're really going to drive that forward. And both of these, you want to hold. I'm holding this one for about, I think 15 seconds, if I remember correctly. I usually say hold them for about 15 to 30 seconds, depending on your comfort level. That one is a little harder to swing, and that is our stretch. Now we're going to go to our last stretch, which is a stairway. So you'll want to get some stairs. Don't get some stairs. You want to find some stairs. That shouldn't be very difficult. We're going to go up 1, 2, 3 steps. What we're stretching is the leg that's down, not the leg that's up. We're stretching that hip flexor. And with a stair, you can really get a good deep stretch. Now notice I'm going to extend my arm up. You want a good high-chested posture. Don't go into extension. You don't want to kink that too much, but we're just going to hold this stretch for about, again, 15 to 20 seconds. Because we're working on posture, we definitely want to hit both sides. So there's our second side. I think I hold these for 15 seconds just for the video, but you can hold these for 15 to 30 seconds on the hip flexor stretch. And then notice I did without the arm, then you add the arm, making sure you don't throw yourself into too much extension there. Should be a comfortable stretch. And there we go. Okay. Now, that's it. We followed our pattern of mobilize, stabilize, stretch. This is going to help you a lot. The key is be regular with it. Do it every day or at least 5 days a week. Regularly, you're really going to notice your posture change. Go out, turn your pain into power, turn your weaknesses into strengths. You can do it. You just got to be regular with it. So, see you guys.